We're here at 36th Avenue and Vernon Boulevard in Ravenswood in Long Island City, and we're going to take a walk onto Roosevelt Island. We're looking at the bridge to Roosevelt Island from Long Island City. And the bridge opened in 1955. And before this bridge, the only access to the island was via the Queensboro Bridge. And you had to go into the middle of the bridge and take an elevator down. And this elevator was so big that it could accommodate cars. So the way to get to Roosevelt Island was through this elevator by taking the car to the middle of the bridge or the trolley and then proceeding down. So let's take a walk across the bridge onto the island. Well, we're about halfway across, and we get a closer look at the bridge, and it's a vertical lift span, and it's rarely opened, it's rarely raised. Most ships use the other side of the island, the west channel of the river, so there's not much traffic along this, on this side. Here we are looking south on the East River towards Lower Manhattan. Now we see the 59th Street Bridge. We see the buildings of Roosevelt Island. We'll be there soon. And we look back to Long Island City, and there's what's called Big Alice. It's a power plant. It supplies an awful lot of electricity to the city of New York, probably more than any other plant in the city. It was opened in 1965, and when it opened, it was the largest in the world. It was built by the Chalmers Corporation, and that's why it's called Big Alice. Well, here we are looking north on the East River, again on the east channel of the river. We see the Triborough Bridge in the background. And we see that the water is quite turbulent here. And it's tough for boats. They have to be aware of the tides, especially the smaller boats. And another view north with the Triborough and the Hellgate Bridge in the background. And to the right, in Long Island City, we see new construction, residential construction. Now we swing on, there's the parking garage for the island. Not much street parking, very little street parking at all on the island. So you park your car here and you walk or take a, I think there's a free shuttle bus that takes you around. And another view of the bridge from Roosevelt Island side looking back towards Queens. It's not a big bridge, but it serves its purpose. Well, here we are on Roosevelt Island, and it's a residential community of about, I think, 15 to 20,000 people, and about 5,000 or so apartments, and basically it was constructed in the 1970s when they decided to develop the island as a residential community. Well, here we are on the west side of the island. There's the west channel of the East River here in Manhattan in front of us. And we swing around, we see the Hospital for Special Surgery, Cornell Medical Center, Rockefeller University, and we swing around towards the south, and there's the 59th of Queensboro Bridge. Well, here we see the Chapel of the Good Shepherd, an Episcopal church from 1888. It's not used as a church anymore, it's a community center. And another view of the church from the front, from the back, excuse me. We just saw the front a few moments ago. Here's the original bell of the church. It's been preserved here as a sort of a monument. In 1637, the Dutch governor Van Twiller bought the island from the Indians, and the Indians had an Indian name for the island, which translated to Hog Island. But eventually the island passed into the hands of the Blackwell family, and the name was changed to Blackwell's Island, and that name persisted until 1921, But the city of New York acquired the island in 1828. And by 1860 it built a prison here, and an almshouse, and 3 hospitals. And in 1921 the name was changed to Welfare Island. And in 1935 the prison was raised and the prisons moved to Rikers Island. What we're looking at is the James Blackwell farmhouse. And this was built between 1796 and 1804 and was restored about 40 years ago. We see a closer view of the bridge, the 59th Street Bridge, and we can just see the spires of the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building peeking up above the center of our picture. And there's the UN Building over to our left a little bit. The island is about 1.75 miles long and about 600 feet wide at its widest point. So it's long and thin. It stretches from about 45th, 46th Street to about 84th, 85th Street in Manhattan. Well, here's the Roosevelt Island subway station on the F line, and this opened in 1989. As we said before, there was no other way to get to the island prior to 1955 except by the Queensboro Bridge. But now people, since '89, you can take the F all the way into Manhattan or Queens. Well, here's the Roosevelt Island tram, which takes you from here, Roosevelt Island, across the river to 2nd Avenue and 59th Street. And it was opened in 1976. And it looks like it's just getting ready to depart for the island. It's a nice ride. It's the same price as the subway, although I don't believe this is free transfer once you get off. There it goes across the river with the Queensboro Bridge just to the left there. And it's only about a 2 or 3 minute trip, but it's very nice. You get a great view. Here's the Roosevelt Island Information Center. Actually, it's the 1909 trolley kiosk, serving until the 1950s the trolley passengers going to Queens across the 59th Street Bridge. Saved to the wrecking ball and moved here in 2005. West Promenade of the island, the East River to our right. And we can see the UN. Now we swing around to Midtown and the iconic bridge. And looking to the north, okay, we see one of the hospitals that were built here. And this one's from 1856. It's the smallpox hospital, and I guess it was used for many, many years. Well, now it's a ruin, but it's a ruin that's on the National Register of Historic Places. Well, we're entering Franklin D. Roosevelt 4 Freedoms Park. It's on the southern tip of the island. And we're going to walk right to the southern tip. In 1921, the name of the island was changed from Blackwell's to Welfare Island. And in 1973, it was changed to Roosevelt Island. And here we are looking again at the Franklin D. Roosevelt 4 Freedoms Park. Well, the park opened in 2012. And here we see the impressive sculpture of Franklin Delano Roosevelt that was placed here. You can see we're right at the southern tip of the island. And here we see on the other side an excerpt from his 4 Freedoms speech, which was given on January 6, 1941. Well, we've reached the southern end of the island, and we look down the East River, Williamsburg Bridge in the background, and Manhattan, and the United Nations building. But other airports, including LAX, there were few delays reported. And as we've been reporting, the TSA... And now we look towards Queens, Long Island City. There's the Hunters Point section where there's been building going on for years and years, and there's thousands of apartments that were not there before. It's been an amazing revival of the neighborhood there.
Which might provide investigators with critical clues on why it fell out of the sky. Here's Morgan Radford with the latest.
We end our walk here just before crossing back over the bridge into Queens, and it may have crossed your mind to ask this question: are we in the borough of Queens or in the borough of Manhattan? Now, obviously we're neither. We're on an island in the middle of the East River, but we are in the New York County, of which the borough of Manhattan is part of. So this is New York County, not Queens County. Okay, and that's it for today's walk. See you soon.